Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a deck profile on the future of ABC. Now in the upcoming course set, so not Battles of Chaos but the next one, we're going to be getting the Therians, and the Machine Therian does give a lot of benefits to ABC in particular. It does benefit quite a few machine decks, but ABCs stand to gain a lot from the Therian machine monster. I know that ABC has seen a little bit of success in the OCG. I know they're mentioned in one of the Road of the King reports, if you check those out. But I'll give a very quick outline of the deck profile and do some test hands just to show you what the deck is capable of doing. It just gives the deck a bit more resilience to hand traps, which is really nice. So of course we are always going to be playing 3A, always playing 3B, 3C, and 1 Union Driver. This is the ratio that I'll always play. Get people always saying play 2 Union Driver, but it is a brick, and you don't really want to play multiple bricks. I know there are some hands you just can't play, but we now have other ways of getting pieces into the graveyard. So yeah, I'll always be playing just 1 Union Driver. Playing 3 Galaxy Soldier, it feels good to have this back in the list. So I haven't been playing this for a little while because I've been playing a more control variant, and sometimes just setting a piece and some back row is fine. Feels good to be back on Galaxy Soldier. It does facilitate things like Infinity, which is always a positive. But Galaxy Soldier also does really work well with the new Therian machine monster too, because with Galaxy Soldier plus the Therians King and a piece, you can put a piece into the graveyard and you can then use the Therians King to get some more advantage that way. Speaking of, I'm playing 3 of the Therians King Regulus. So essentially what this card does is if it's in your hand, you can target a Therians monster or a machine in your graveyard. You special summon the Therians King from the hand and you equip the target to that card. And then when your opponent activates a card or effect, as a quick effect of course, you can send 1 Therians monster from your hand or field to the graveyard to negate that effect. Now, obviously this works really well with ABC because they're all Union monsters, so they will happily have pieces equipped because you can always special summon them from the spell trap zone if they are equipped. So Regulus becomes a negation for your opponent's turn, or for your own turn if you need it, but it also extends by putting a piece on the field. Then have, well, that's it for the monsters. Then playing 3 Hanger, 3 Unauthorized Reactivation. I'm playing just 2 of the Therians field spell. The only relevant part of this card is that on activation it adds a Therians monster, so essentially we are playing 5 copies, 6 copies, 7 copies of the Therians King. Obviously set rotation and terraforming, if we see them we're going for Union Hanger if we don't already have them. But you can see that we're playing lots of extra copies of field spells, and set rotation's just now just way better with a relevant field spell that we would happily activate. The last 2 spells, I'm just playing 1 Pot of Desires, 1 Upstart Goblin. We don't really have anything we care too much about in terms of banishing. The biggest one, of course, being something like the Union Driver, but it is what it is. So 1 Desires, 1 Upstart, just for extra consistency, but these could be anything. They could be 2 more hand traps if you want, which is then leaving the last 12 cards. We've got space for 12 hand traps. Now, I can't predict what the format's going to look like exactly and what hand traps will be good when the Therians do get released. So I'm just playing 12 fairly generic hand traps in Nibiru, Ash Blossom, Effect Veiler, and Infinite Impermanence, which is just 12 standard hand traps. But of course this would look different depending on what the metagame was at the time, but that could just be anything. And like I said, you could make that 14 hand drops if you took out Upstart and Pot of Desires. For the extra deck, we are of course playing 3 Buster. We're doing 1 Infinity, 1 Nova, just because they do come up, although we can use the Galaxy Soldiers as extenders if need be, and not necessarily make Infinity, it just depends on your situation. Playing Underworld Goddess, Appaloosa, Access Code Talker, Unicorn, Phoenix, Cerberus, Platinum Gadget, IP Masquerena, Liner, the Light Charmer, and we're playing Clara and Rushka. Again, fairly standard extra deck. There's nothing too crazy you really need to be playing in the extra deck. I've just tried to keep this as clean as possible. And yeah, so that's the extra deck, and we'll go into some test hands to show what the deck is capable of doing. Okay, so getting ready for test hand number 1. One thing I didn't mention in the deck profile is a card like Pot of Prosperity would be a natural inclusion because you just really want to see Hanger. If you've already got access to Hanger, of course, there's plenty of other one-ofs that you'd happily want to search, like Galaxy Soldier or the Therians King. So Upstart and Pot of Desires could very well be Pot of Prosperity if you have them. All right, for testing number 1, we've got B, Buster Drake, Ash Blossom, the Therians King, Galaxy Soldier, and Infinite Impermanence. Okay, so this is a fitting first hand. So it's exactly what I was just mentioning in the deck profile with Galaxy Soldier, Therians King in a piece. So what we can do is, of course, use the B to summon the Galaxy Soldier. It's going to then trigger the Galaxy Soldier, and we'll add a Galaxy Soldier. If you do put Pot of Prosperity in your deck and you want the 3rd copy, the 3rd Galaxy Soldier realistically could be that 3rd Pot of Prosperity. Alright, moving on, we can summon out the Therians King by equipping B, which now gives us a little bit of insulation against hand traps. We can special summon the B per its own effect. Can link summon off. We'll make IP here. The B is of course now going to get its effect. And we can just normal summon the A. Now I know this is not a very good ending point, just given the state of our hand. Obviously we could have gone for Platinum Gadget, special summon the A, which leaves us 1 interruption less. We don't get Buster here anyway with what we have available to us. Of course here we can set Imperm. We've got Ash. We've got Galaxy Soldier for the following turn. And well, this is where the 3rd Galaxy Soldier obviously could come up now going into a turn 3. But we've got our negation, we've got our Unicorn here as well. So yeah, that's why we'll have to leave that one, but at least we were able to put something up. Of course, hands without hanger or unauthorized always feel a little bit awkward. It's one of the biggest issues with the deck. Okay, we've got B again, C, Nibiru, Union Hanger, and another C. So this one will be starting with union hanger. Because we don't have A, we can simply grab A in this instance. And this is just going to be a very standard ABC line, nothing too crazy. We'll normal summon C, effective union hanger. Driver does its thing. We can put our C on C because we've got plenty of targets in hand, so we can kind of go a little bit further if we need to. Using our 2 Cs. I'm going to IP, triggering our 2 Cs. Actually no, we'll definitely go Platinum Gadget first. We'll summon out the A and the B. Off the 2 C effects, we can link our A and B into IP. Trigger both A and B. What we'll do is we'll search, we'll obviously add back a C. So we want B in the graveyard. We'll search another A. Now this search here of B will, depending on the matchup, you could search anything that you want your buster to be unaffected by. So just to keep it really safe, I'm gonna go monsters. Because we can go ABC, summon out buster, Platinum Gadget Special A, equip it to buster, and leave it there. So end board, we've got obviously the 2 Cs in hand and nib, our monster proof Dragon Buster, IP Platinum Gadget. We can IP into Underworld Goddess really easily with this board, because once Buster tags out, we've got plenty of pieces. Obviously we can go into Appaloosa or Unicorn as well. Lots of options, but this is just a very standard ABC end board, nothing new. Here we've got A, Ash, Veiler, and Imperm, and of course that's not going to do anything. It's going to be a set A and hope for the best, but it definitely won't be enough. Okay, got Imperm, Veiler, Regulus, Terraforming, Veiler. Okay, so this should show off a little bit of where the Therians King fits in. So obviously we're terraforming first. Hanger, grab B. Normal summon the B. Hanger for driver. Banish driver. Equip A, special A. And then we are going to link for Platinum Gadget. B effect is going to be searching C. And we are also going to, do we want to trigger A? No, we don't want to trigger A because we're going to leave B in the graveyard. So from here, we'll do this first just so we've got protection. So we're going to summon Regulus, equip B, special B, gadget, special C. and we have an easy link to into IP, and of course we can trigger B to search. Just search another B and make buster. In there. So again, similar kind of end board, just a bit more resilience, but again, turning something like terraforming, which terraforming on its own is never IP plus buster, it's usually gadget buster, but by having Regulus, which is great to protect our board, but is also given us the extended necessary to be able to get into the IP as well, which is what we want. All right, we'll do one more. Depending on the hand, it isn't too unreasonable if you've got Galaxy Soldier and Regulus plus your ABC players to get Infinity and Regulus on the board with Buster. But will just depend on if we draw it. Okay, so again, this is going to be a very standard old school line of play. It will be hanger, so same as before, B, driver, we'll look at C this time, special link, no, sorry, won't equip C. It's been a while since I've played with Galaxy Soldier. I mean, this would still have worked, but we'll do A instead. So it'll be driver B, equip A, special, and then link off. And we'll link off straight up into IP this time. We don't need to go through Platinum Gadget here. A and B will both trigger, so we'll add back the B, search C, pitch C for Galaxy Soldier, Galaxy Soldier's effect to search itself, pitch the B to summon Galaxy Soldier, we'll overlay, Nova, and Infinity. One thing I love about being able to play Infinity again is being able to summon Buster without having to fear Nib. Now, obviously they would Nibiru you on the Nova, but at least we still get access to Buster, and so we've still got Engine in rotation. Because I've been playing my Control variant for a while, it's not as resilient to Nibiru. So if Nibiru comes down, it does usually cut off Engine, but the trap cards can kind of stem the bleeding for a little bit in the meantime. But that's our end board. Also got Ash and Nib still in hand. We've got our Buster, Infinity, and IP. And yeah, we'll leave it there. I'm looking forward to when these cards come out, so I can go back to this kind of version of ABC. In the meantime, I've been still playing my my control list, though with skill drain out. Once I can get some skill drain, I will be definitely putting it into that list, because skill drain into that ABC control deck is ridiculous. So hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.